Hey guys. Long day at work, I'm wore out. It's been such a long day. Aggravatingly long. I didn't even get to the office till after 9 and I hadn't eaten or anything.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let 'em burn it out. Sell 'em to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the Dow. We've been thinking for
The bird curse, that's right.
truth fade away.
It's all part of it.
This is big ourselves. We won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Yeah, well, I probably will go back to using Kick. I mean, it's supposed to be fixed now. I just haven't had a chance to try it out because I've been working so late every day. I need to do a test stream there and make sure it's working. But I like Kick sometimes, but I don't know what the fuck's going on with. I couldn't stream to it forever. Oh, I forgot to do the stuff over here on YouTube. Stop the music and we'll get started here. Roll the intro.
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when It comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Will Bird. This is Cold Beer Confessional. Late again. Seems like the harder I try to be here on time, the later it becomes. So today, I don't know. I just had everything went wrong at work. It's just part of it, I guess. So I had to. It wasn't a big deal. Well, it was a big deal, I guess. It took a while. I had to mow today at the. So we got behind on like mowing and weed eating because we had like 5 or 6 days of rain right before we had this big event that we were supposed to mow and weed eat. So get ready for it. So when it finally cleared up, I had to spend like that morning before people checked in just trying to mow the areas where people would be at, right? And forget the other areas, right? If this place wasn't gonna be occupied, forget that area, forget the owner's home, whatever. So the owner's home didn't get mowed, and it still hadn't been mowed because we just been doing everything else. So today I was like, I gotta mow that. It was getting super long. And then she even said something about it. So I was like, oh yeah, that's where I'll start this like next round of mowing because I got to get started, got to get it. So the grass was like super high. It was probably like, it wasn't like knee deep, but it was getting close to like knee deep. It was insane how bad it was. And it was all because everything got pushed back by those 4 days of rain. Mowing's not something you can do like early and then like it rains for 4 days and you're still good because you did it before. You have to do it like within the week or something. Anyways, so I go up there to mow with the mower, that the company's mower or whatever, and I make one freaking pass, literally one pass, and they have a huge yard. I make one pass, so I've already committed now. I've already started mowing it. The fucking mower breaks. It throws the belt off of it. The blades aren't turning. They won't engage. It happened when I cut the blade. It's a zero turn, so it happened when I cut the blades off and got up to move something. And then when I went to cut them back on, I heard the click from like the electric clutch. I heard the click and I thought, man, that was weird because the blades didn't come on. So I look down or whatever. Get down and start looking over it, and the damn belt is just laying down there. Like it's not on the pulleys. It's just laying there. So I thought, oh, a broken belt, or it threw the belt. One of the two. Nope. So I drive it all the way back down to the garage to where I can work on it after I made one freaking pass. So if she saw me, she's probably thinking, what the fuck? He drove around my yard one time, then he left. So I drove it back down to the garage and start working on it. And of course, it couldn't be something simple like a broken belt or, the fucking wires off the clutch were frayed or something. It has this weird belt tensioner system that basically it's like a pulley and a spring that's built onto a plate. And then the plate has a hole that a bolt goes through into like a bung, that's a threaded bung that's welded on the deck. And that's got like bearings in it. So the whole pulley kind of floats and the spring holds pressure on it. Well, I was down there trying to figure it out, and I'm like, what the hell? And I like try to line it back up. I'd never taken it apart before. So I try to like line it back up on like this little like nub that's like sticking off. And I'm like, surely that doesn't hold it. Like there's nothing there to keep it from flying off. So I set it on there and looked a couple times. Finally, I flipped it over. And a 1/2-inch bolt is what holds it together, and it is sheared off flush on both sides. So, of course, one side wasn't threaded. I was able to just knock it out of there. But the side that's down in the deck was threaded in. You could even see the rust. I guess this bolt had been breaking over a long time because even when I got the top piece out, it had already gotten rust on it from where it had been slightly broken, I guess like fractured. So it had already started to rust in between the two pieces. And I finally got it out. I got the top piece out. Then the bottom piece, I went and got my welder and came back and welded a nut on it. That broke off. Welded a nut on it. That broke off. Welded a nut on it. That broke off. Heated up with a propane torch and then some candle wax. Like heated up what was left of the propane torch and stick candle wax to it or a crayon or whatever. It'll suck it down in there. Kind of loosen it up. Then it started moving left to right just a little bit. It was like, man, it was galled up or something. It wouldn't turn all the way. So I welded a nut on it and got it turning a little bit. Nut broke off. But it's like hours and hours of work. It's in a bad spot. Like I didn't want to drop the deck because a lot of new mowers, like you can drive off and drive on the deck. They're pretty easy to drop the deck. Not this one. It's not that old, but it's just got a shitty deck design. When I was trying to level the deck, when I first started there, like the deck was all tweaked up. When I was trying to level the deck, it's got like 9 connection points that are all like that are all bolts and lock nuts and like these slotted brackets that hang down. It's pretty aggravating. So I didn't want to drop the deck because it just be a ton more time because I've done that before. But so I tried welding the nut on, tried heat. I ended up having to basically cut a slot all the way across it, including like the piece that it went into. So it damaged that piece. They ended up cutting just a slot straight across it with a grinder. I had to go get my die grinder, my air grinder. It's the only thing that would fit in there. And cutting a slot straight across it to where a flathead screwdriver would fit in there. Got the bolt out. Had to go buy a bolt. It was a grade 8. It was a 1/2-inch bolt. I think it was a 1/2 inch by 1.25 inch length. And then put a bolt in it. Then the little thing that holds the spring is like an eye bolt with like a lock nut and a jam nut on it. When I went to tighten that up, it fucking snapped. So I go back to the store, buy another part, and I had to run to the store like 3 times, and it was all for stupid shit, like 30 cents worth of bolts and nuts, or like $1.15 and miscellaneous hardware. So I had to run back to the store, get something for it because I couldn't figure out how to hook up the spring without the eye bolt. Come back and got it, and by the time I got it done, it was after 7 o'clock. So I went up there to mow, and of course it was so bad, like it was so high, I had to mow it once with like the deck on like the highest setting, like all the way up. I brought the deck all the way up. Actually, it's in the most zero turns have like a pedal to like lift the deck up and down. It was like that. So it was higher than the highest setting. It was actually in the mode you put it in when you're just driving. That's what I mowed it in the first time. It's like 6.5 inches or something. Then I dropped it down to 3 inches. I had to mow the whole yard twice. And by the time I did that, it was like fucking dark. Like I couldn't see what the fuck I was doing by the time I mowed the yard. And then I came to work. So there you go. I actually started at work pretty early today and thought, oh, this will be a simple day. You know, just going to mow a little bit, get off early, go in, be at the show on time. Nope. Hell no. Hell no. Can't happen like that. Not to mention, if you've sent me a message or an email or anything, if you sent me anything today, I didn't fucking see it. Because our neighbors, for the 5th time, that's right, 5 times, for the 5th time in 2 weeks, severed the main internet line that runs out to where we live. So the whole community is without internet most of the day because our neighbors are putting in a French drain, and it's a fiber optic line. If you don't know what fiber optic is, it's basically glass, right? It's really, really thin glass lines that they send a light through. So they were digging a French drain, and 3 different times they hit the lines, right? 3 different times they hit the lines. One of the guys that lives in the neighborhood went over there and complained to him and was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that guy actually works from home. So there was like no way he could work without internet. And there's no cell phone service. It's so shitty there. The cell phone service, you have to like walk around to get service. It does exist, but you have to like I'll be walking around for like an hour and randomly get a text from like 3 hours ago. But he went over there to complain, like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? I don't know. That's between them. I know that I've had to pay for cutting a utility line before and them hooking it up, but they were awesome about it. But I had to pay. It was basically there wasn't any material cost. It was their time. I had to pay for their time, which I guess the company had to pay for their time. It wasn't me. Anyways, so when they were digging the drain, they cut it 3 different times. And then, no, they cut it 3 times. Well, I'm not sure. They definitely cut it twice when they were digging the drain. And they definitely cut it twice while they were backfilling the drain. Like when they were pushing the shit back in, the rocks and stuff. They're so fucking dumb, dude. Like, yes, you can cut a line by digging it up, but it's a glass. It's tiny, like hair-like glass. If you just push a big pile of rocks on it, it's going to break it too. But anyways, on the first or second time that they cut it, one of the guys that lives in the community went over there and was like, what the fuck are y'all, like, I work from home. What the fuck are y'all doing? Stop cutting the goddamn line. It's clearly marked. They told you where it was at. Why do you keep cutting the line? Are you not even paying attention to it or what? And the guy that was there, that represented not the contractor, but the person who owned the property, was like, well, it's your all's fault for running your line. You're running your line over our property. Like, we control where the fucking utilities go. That'd be like tearing down someone's power line and being like, well, you shouldn't have been hooked to the transformer, my transformer before it goes to your house. You should have ran your own line. Like, I don't know. These guys were fucking retards. But they've cut it 5. I hope they're charging them through the ass. God, I hope they're charging them. It's in this, it's like small town, right, Irwin? So typically there's a lot of, we're friends, or I know this guy, or this guy wasn't an asshole, so we didn't charge him. But I would imagine after like one time, that goes out the window. There's a lot of buddies in town and shit. Like, so like I expect if I cut a line, especially if it's water and sewer, I know those guys a lot more. If it's water and sewer, depending on who the guys, there's a 90% chance that whoever shows up is gonna be like, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Maybe even the fiber guys. I know quite a few. I probably know about half of them. But if I cut it twice or more, 5 fucking times, like the first time they might be like, oh man, try not to do that. You know what I mean? But we're not going to charge you. After that, they're going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? 5 times they cut it. And so you can splice. There's a rumor online that fiber optic can't be spliced. I don't know why people say that. I think it's always been, well, maybe not when it was first invented, but for quite a while, you could splice it. Basically, there's like these little, you take the individual lines out of both sides, clean them up. There's a special way to cut them to get a perfect cut on the end, polish the end of them, and then you put it in this alignment jig that basically melts them together. It melts the glass together. And then there's a tool that like takes the excess glass off where you melted it and polishes it up. Like it's got to be super clear and transparent, because it's hard to explain, but the way the internet works on fiber is they send a light through a glass string. That's the simplest way. Like there's a light, and both ends have to know when they see the light and when there's no light. So if you have something that makes like the line cloudy, like the internet won't work. Or whatever. But that's been my day. How's your day? No internet all fucking day. And then what I thought would be like a couple hours of mowing turned into 8 hours, 9 hours of adventure repairing the mower because it broke a bolt. That's so random too. Like I've had broken pulleys. I've had, pulleys go bad, bearings go bad, but I don't know what the hell snaps a 1/2-inch bolt. Like I can't imagine what you could hit on a mower. And first of all, it's not even a solid pulley. Like it's a pulley that swings, right? And it's got a spring, so it's dampened. What could you hit so hard to snap a 1/2-inch bolt that's on a dampened mount? Like I don't even understand what the fuck broke it. But it was more complicated because Mariah decided to go to Liam's. I couldn't go to Liam's golf game. Mariah decided to go to it, but it was so hot she left Ollie at home. So I had Ollie with me. So every time I had to run somewhere, either I had to make sure somebody was there to, check on Ollie, because he's not old enough to like use a phone or something. We can't leave him alone, or he can't call us. He can't tell us if something's wrong. So I either had to take him with me or find somebody that would check in on him, and make sure he was all right while he's staying there, because she didn't take Ollie with her. She went to see the golf game, which I'm glad she went to see the golf game. And Ollie doesn't do real well in like sweltering heat, sitting around for 4 hours watching golf. But so do fiber optics just wear down over time? No. Why would they wire it? Why would it wear down? Why not pass the wire through PVC pipe? Because that's about 4 times the cost that it would cost to run the wire. Once they bury it and mark it, you're never supposed to dig it back up. Or if you do dig it back up, you should know that it's marked there, and they put marker tape in there. I don't know if you guys know what marker tape is, but it's like, it almost looks like caution tape or something, like a roll of tape, and it's got it's got a metal backing on it. That way you can find it with a metal detector. but it's also a bright color. So it'd be like red and black or orange and black. So when you're digging, and it'll be like 10 inches above the line. So if you got a piece of equipment and you're digging and you hit like what looks like a fucking streamer, if you hit like what looks like a streamer and pull it out of there, you're getting ready to hit a line. But you're supposed to call before you dig, which they did. It was marked. Like I saw the flags there marking before they started digging, and they don't give a fuck. They just dug through it anyways. All to put in a French drain that I don't even think is going to work. Like it doesn't look like it's got any slope on it. It looks like it's completely flat. So I don't know. It's been an interesting day to say the least. And I legitimately was trying to get here early to take care of everything. But I swear it seems like the harder I try to get here either on time or early, is the more shit that goes wrong during the day. It just adds up. Oh. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I did get that portion mowed. There's still probably 3/4 of the area that needs to be mowed. Yeah, we'll see. How deep is it buried? It depends. Usually a standard is like 2 feet deep, 24 inches. It's more standardized across. It's more standardized across water lines and electrical lines. Water lines because they have to be below the frost line. Oh, thank you for the bits.
Reload pill 78
I don't even know if it's hooked up.
600.
Hopefully it goes off. Oh, event's connection closed. Attempting to reconnect. What? Hold on, I'll make sure it goes off. Fuck, I don't know what happened. 600 bits, right? Edit commands, run. Sorry, I didn't check it before I did it. What is this? Tits event connection closed. What is tits event?
I'm a little bit drunk because I'm drinking. I'm a little bit drunk because I'm drinking.
Thank you very much for the donation. What is tits event? That sounds interesting. Okay. Save. Did I download something new? What is tits event? Oh, tits trigger. What's the tits trigger? Tits WebSocket connection closed, attempting to reconnect. Huh. I don't know. I don't really have time to fuck with this. Oh, tits connection. What is this? Twitch integrated throwing system. Oh, I was going to try this out, but I haven't been able to use it yet. I could go ahead and deactivate that. Maybe that's what's fucking with this. Disable it. Boop. Tits. TITS is the acronym. Yeah, there's more of a standard when you're talking about water pops because they freeze, right? Freeze and bust. And electrical, if you have buried electrical, there's a lot of regulations against that because if someone digs up electrical or gas, they're probably going to die. Like if you hit a gas line, chances are it's going to spark and you're going to explode. If you hit electrical, you're probably just going to be electrocuted. There's not a whole lot you can do. If you hit a water line, it's going to be a mess, but if you hit internet, you're going to take out the internet. If you hit buried electrical, you're just fucked. You're just fucked. If you hit a gas pipe, you're kind of fucked. I mean, sometimes you still have to dig around these things, under them, over them, whatever. But you have them marked. You go super slow if you have to go across it or whatever. Go super slow. When you get down to the bottom, you start digging by hand. I've even seen people like a shovel, obviously, and pickaxe. But I've seen people get down on their hands and knees just to make sure, okay, this is the line and that we can't hit. Especially when you're talking about a gas line and stuff, because some of that main line shit, they can't always shut off. If they have to shut off mainline shit like to your house, they might be shutting down a whole neighborhood. And maybe somebody has, a gas water heater or a gas stove or a gas. They can't shut that shit down. So you're kind of responsible for not hitting it, especially if they mark it. Now, if you call and they don't mark it for some reason or they're wrong, you're just kind of fucked. I mean, you might be able to sue them later. You probably wouldn't be liable if you hit something, but you're kind of fucked. You're trusting them to come out and mark it, and hopefully when they mark it, they're accurate with their marking. They know where their shit is. It depends kind of where you live, I guess. Some people are really good at keeping up with these things. Some people aren't. There's a such thing as an emergency locate as well. So you have a locate, which is like where you call the 811 before you dig or whatever, and you have to give them like a week or 10 days or whatever. when I worked for the city, we had something called an emergency locate. That meant like there was some type of emergency, something going on. It might be a water leak or there's some type of emergency thing going on, and we had to go locate it within the hour. You had to be en route to go locate it, and you go locate it. They can't shut it down. Like you can't turn off a 3,000 people's gas supply so this guy can put in a pool or something. No one's going to do that. But anyways, emergency locate means they come out almost instantly and locate. We actually have to we have septic tanks. So we actually have to have a guy come out, and I guess we're calling a guy that supposedly has some type of transponder or some shit that he can come out and locate septic lines. Septic lines are usually plastic, so they're a lot harder to find. But apparently there's like a flushable thing that you can flush down the shitter and find it. So I don't know. Had to find a septic line, but we got 2 septic tanks that since the new owner. So there was an existing owner, and he passed away, and his it actually goes to his son. The company, the whole thing, it goes to his son, but his son's only like 8 or 9. So nobody else in the family wanted to take care of it except one of his sisters. So one of his sisters came up, and that's who I always talk about, like basically my boss, I guess. She's taking care of it only so that his son, when he becomes 18, can make a choice. Does he want to sell it? Does he want to keep it? There's no way to tell. You know, he's so young right now. Who knows? But that's the only reason she's kind of keeping it going. And then they had a maintenance guy that was just like horrible. He was like the worst maintenance guy I've ever seen. He spent more time hiding from work than he could have just done the work, right? He put more effort into hiding and collecting hours than he did if he'd just done the fucking work. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Anyways, they ended up getting rid of him. He had some other issues too with like his ex-girlfriend and possible drug use and just a bunch of different things. So Mariah kind of volunteered me for it, I guess. And I was just going to do it maybe temporarily or maybe like a one-time thing. But it turned out like they needed help. So I felt bad. I still feel bad. She tells me all the time, like, I don't know what I'm going to do if you leave. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm just trying to help you out. I don't know. It is what it is. That's how you know. That's how you know you're still alive. As shit keeps falling apart around you. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Like I said, I'm Will Bard. If you want to contribute to the show, you guys know how to do it. Sorry for being late. I was legitimately trying to get here. What is this? You guys want to listen to Kathy H? Kathy H. So I guess her new group is called Kathy H. It's time. Let's do this. Ooh, that sounds impressive. Oh, you guys can't hear it. Hold on.
Comes from a very good source.
Let me start it over.
Just a little point of interest. And it comes from a very good source.
A very good source.
If they try to even think about censoring him any more than they already have, or arresting him even worse, the left will be responsible for a civil war. And that whole decision will be on the head of this idiot judge that can't seem to get his...
So she's basically talking about the trial in New York, and she's saying if they even think that they're going to censor Donald Trump anymore, then that's going to be the left starting to sit. We're going to go to war with them, and it's going to be their fault for starting it. The left started it by trying to censor Donald Trump.
The head of this idiot judge that can't seem to get his stuff together. He's going to destroy this country. One judge who's been...
Kathy H is known by a lot of names. She's got her own emote on Twitch. So some people call her Kathy Hitler. Other people call her the Sea Hag. Some people call her, Rob P calls her a one-night stand. But she is she's been around the show for a long time. She's the one who called me the devil's grandson. It's the devil's step grandson. I'm sorry. Thinks that I'm a super hacker, hack everybody's stuff. She followed Phil for a long time. So she started out with Liberty Warrior. That's the first place I saw her. Then a bunch of smaller shows associated with Liberty Warrior. She followed Phil for a long time, and she wanted to be a moderator or something, and he wouldn't do it, so she got mad and left. So now she does kind of her own thing. She's just kooky. She's crazy. She claims she talks to General Flynn. She's like that General Flynn knows who she is, and she basically works for General Flynn during this Q movement because one of her friends is good friends with General Flynn, and her friends sends her letters and stuff from General Flynn that say, "Thank you, Kathy, signed Mike Flynn," and shit like that. I don't know if her friend is fooling her, but she just lies. Like, she has said that I sent people from Georgia to assassinate her at her home in Florida. Like, that's a claim she makes. She has a whole story about a person showing up, a black person, nonetheless, with Georgia plates, knocked on her door. She had to hold them at gunpoint, and they said that they were from Will Bird to the CBC, and they were there to assassinate her on my orders.
And that whole
and the cops ran them out of her town. They didn't arrest them. Attempted murder. They didn't arrest them. They ran them out of her town and said, "You're not welcome back here, colored." I think that's what they called him. I don't know. I just assumed it was racist. I probably shouldn't have said that.
decision will be on the head of this idiot judge that can't seem to get his stuff together. He's going to destroy this country. One judge who's been paid off. There has been people that have been looking at the daughter's bank account and some of the deposits in her accounts, and obviously she's getting money to give to dad.
Kathy H is the quintessential person you think about, or you should think about, when you think of someone who, if they just read it and it supports their beliefs online, is true. That's her. That's her. So, like, I could type something up and be like, the judge that works for Donald Trump is actually being blackmailed by gay midget porn on horseback dressed as a rodeo clown. And as long as it supports her point of view, she would spread it like it was a sworn deposition. Like she had seen every bit of the evidence. Like, there was no doubt in her mind. She will spread anything, as long as it supports her viewpoint. She will spread anything, literally anything. I think I got the audio. Hold on, let me finish this audio and we'll see if we got the one of her claiming I sent somebody to kill her.
Been people that have been looking at the daughter's bank account and some of the deposits in her accounts, and obviously she's getting money to give to daddy as kickbacks to keep him under control.
There you go.
Adam Schiff is one of them.
Okay, Adam Schiff is giving the daughter money to give to the judge to censor Trump, which makes sense. That makes sense. Let's see if this is it.
Dawn, I'm terribly sorry that you got that treatment. I can tell you from personal experience that it gets worse than that. He has doxed my phones, my texts, my emails, my friends. He even sent one of his minions to my house. I was sitting in my living room, and
Here's the story.
There was a car from Georgia that I did not recognize, and I wasn't expecting any house guests.
This, you can tell, is a fake story already. She was like, I was looking out my window and I saw a car from Georgia I didn't recognize, and I wasn't even expecting house guests. That I wasn't expecting house guests. That was the whole story out. It's 100% made up. 100% made up. And I wasn't even expecting house guests. What is this, a fucking sitcom? And here I was thinking nobody was coming over today. And then the live studio audience starts laughing. What the fuck are you talking about, lady?
From Georgia that I did not recognize, and I wasn't expecting any house guests. So I very calmly rolled out of my chair, went into my nightstand, and I came back out with who I affectionately called Betsy. Betsy and I stood in my
Betsy's her vibrator.
bedroom door, and I pointed Betsy at my front door with a laser on. And when that little creep put his face in my front door, I put that laser right between his eyes. He did not know that I had also called the police. They were right behind him.
So listen, according to her story, she looked out a window and saw a car from Georgia plate she didn't recognize. She wasn't even expecting house guests. She got immediately up out of her chair, went and got a gun with a laser on it, pointed the gun at the door and the laser on the guy as soon as he looked through her door, and the cops were already behind him. What is that response time, like 3 seconds? Sure, the cops were already there.
They saw the laser on his forehead, and one of the just
How would the cops see the laser on his forehead? Were they in the house with you? Because they can't see through his body. How would the cops see the laser on his forehead?
dispatchers called me back and just said, Miss Holbrook, put your gun down. The deputies are here. And I said, yeah, I know, I see them. And my best friend, who's also a deputy, is coming through the back door.
Her best friend, who's also a deputy, gets to put it in her back door, whatever that means.
He was escorted back across the county line. I told him personally that if he ever came back into my county, if the cops didn't get him, I would.
So she made a threat against someone's life who could have been asking for direction. Well, they don't exist, but let's pretend they do. They could have been asking for directions. She has no idea who these people were. It was a car that pulled up that had plates from Georgia, and they knocked on her door. And she pulled a gun on them. The cops were there somehow immediately. Someone came in her back door. And she put a laser on them, and then they escorted this person out of the county. We don't like your kind around here. They escorted this person out of the county, and she threatened to kill him if he ever shows up again. This is the world that she lives in. In her head, she's like the one-woman mafia or some shit.
Because I'm not putting up with this. This is an evil man who will never benefit from our new world.
That's me.
Because he cannot get over being angry at everyone about everything. If you don't agree with CBC, you don't go anywhere. But please, people, don't get on that page. It is not safe, and it certainly isn't anything that will keep your vibration high. Because I can tell you that that guy is evil. I don't call him the devil's step-grandson for a reason.
I don't call him the devil's grandson for a reason.
Is evil. I don't call him the devil's step-grandson for a reason.
I don't call him the devil's step-grandson for a reason.
Because that's the truth. He's related to the devil.
That's the truth. He's related to the devil. There you go, folks. Kathy H. Showing everybody she still got it, huh? The fuck is wrong with these people? And the only interaction I've ever had is basically like covering shows she's on and making jokes. That's it. But she thinks that I hack people, that I take people's computers over. She claims that she was part of some stop voter fraud group, and I hacked the group, kicked out the owner of the group, took it over, and stole everybody's information that was part of this Telegram group. All because the guy accidentally deleted his account, but he didn't realize deleting his account would lock him. Like if he deleted his account and made another one, he wouldn't have ownership of his groups anymore. So he lost ownership of his group, but that was me. That was me hacking him. Hacking his whole life. I can hack biologicals, even people. I can hack your body. You ever have one of those things where you have like a weird muscle twitch? That's me, okay? Sitting at my computer, hacking your mainframe. I don't even know what the fuck's wrong with these people. I've got more, Kathy H. Hold on. What else do we have? Kathy H., a dangerous hacker.
Just as an announcement, I've had to make this page private. If anyone would like to invite someone, please hit the title at the top of the page. There should be an invite link that will appear. It seems that my least favorite YouTuber has shown up on Telegram. It infiltrated the Defend Florida pages and took over one of the pages yesterday and had the founder permanently blocked and removed from Telegram, but we had it reinstated.
So that's me. I had the founder of a group permanently blocked and removed from Telegram, but they got it reinstated. Now, I don't even know what this group is. I've never even heard of this group until she said it.
I just went through and discovered that he's on this channel. I'm going to check my others. And I'm going to tell you, Will Bird is nobody you want to tangle with. He is probably the biggest troll and hacker that...
Definitely the biggest troll.
Biggest troll and hacker that there is. And if anyone is on this page that is one of his friends, I will find you. You are not welcome here at all.
I will kill you. I will kill you. Aw, man. This one says unsupported encoding settings. What is it? It's an OGG file. Oh, man, I can't.
But
damn it. Oh,
to make this perfectly clear,
there it is.
I was harassed, doxxed, had my clients called, my...
By the way, none of this has happened. None of this has happened. So the name she goes by is Kathy H. Her last name is Holbrook. That's not... Saying someone's name is not doxing, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this. That's not doxing. Doxing is when you give out somebody's information and in a malicious way. Like, sure, like if I say go visit her house and tell her who we are or some shit like that, right? Show her she's not allowed to do this. Here's her address. Or yeah, sometimes even if I say it in a different way, like playfully, like it sure would be bad if someone paid them a visit at 123 Main Street. Her name's Kathy Holbrook. She advertises her full name. She puts it out there. It's not a secret. She just said it in one of the recordings. And she's a realtor, or was a realtor. So she has a realtor page that pops up if you just type in Kathy Holbrook in Florida, right? No one doxed her. No one emailed her. No one shut down her email. No one kicked her out of any groups. No one hacked anything. No one emailed her clients, her friends, her family. Nothing. None of that happened.
Bob, just to make this perfectly clear, I was harassed, doxxed, had my clients called, my boss called. I had people on my doorstep that were encouraged to drive from Georgia to Florida to teach me a lesson. Don't you for 1 second doubt that I know what I'm talking about when it comes.
So that's her claiming that I had someone drive from Georgia to Florida to her house to teach her a lesson. I don't even know where she comes up with it. I've never even made that joke. Like if I made a joke like, we ought to send, my Georgia friends down there to teach her a lesson. I've never even said that, ever. My entire premise is like the internet's the internet. The real world's the real world. I'm not going to go and try to get you fucking fired or fuck with your job or your house or your kids or your family. But I will make fun of you on the internet if you do something that I feel like making fun of, right? Oh, somebody just said that. By the way, the whole lawnmower story, it's finally after 8 o'clock. Mariah's home. She brought the kids some food. They're eating or whatever. I'm like, oh shit, it's getting so late. I got to go to the office. Come outside and my Jeep's set on a fucking flat. The bird curse strikes again.
Second doubt that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to that devil's grandson. He is the most evil being I have ever come across.
Ever.
And for you to defend him instead of Phil, excuse me, but go kiss my ass.
Excuse me?
To make this perfectly...
But go kiss my ass. You're going to defend the devil's step-grandson over Phil? Excuse me? Go kiss my ass.
Do not share it. Phil Godlowski is a pedophile. Don't tangle with him. Just get out of his way. Please don't share that thing. Do not comment on anything. This is the only chat you are safe on until we can be sure we've gotten rid of all the trolls. The man that did this is what I call the devil's grandson for a reason.
Oh, no.
Do not share it. Phil Godlowski is a pedophile. Don't tangle with him. Just...
That's edited, by the way, in case you're wondering. I know I named the file Kathy H, totally not edited, but it is edited. Actually, what she says is this, maybe. Let me see.
I'm going to put this out here in voice as well as in chat.
It's good edit, but still.
If you have filled out that letter to Donald Trump, do not share it.
Okay, so this was when there was like this form letter on social media that said everybody should fill this out and send it and click send. It was like a letter saying we the people are tired of it. The white hats better move. It was like a Q-tard thing, but it was almost like a petition. And it was like a letter where you just like filled out like one paragraph and your name and location. And supposedly you hit send and it went to Donald Trump. Kathy H claims that I set all that letter up was all me, even though it went viral on like True Social and shit. It was all me setting it up. And it was a way for me to hack into your computers.
As in chat, in a text message, if you have filled out that letter to Donald Trump, do not share it. When it goes live on Truth Social, there is a screen across the front of it that says, Phil Godlowski is a pedophile. Please don't share that thing.
That's where I got the edit from.
That you got it from may likely be the one that was infiltrated and hacked over the weekend. Do not comment on anything but Chitlit Fam 17 chat. This is the only chat you are safe on until we can be sure we've gotten rid of all the trolls. The man that did this is what I call the devil's grandson for a reason. Don't tangle with him. Just get out of his way.
Don't tangle with him. Just get out of his way. The most dangerous hacker and relative to Satan. CBC. That's right. What's this one say? Here's some screenshots from her. So this says, now Will Byrd is picking on Derek Johnson. What a joke. He ought to just stick to his own business, let others be. Amber says, consider him a DS paid, a deep state paid troll. Joan, I guess so. Kathy H. Byrd has no standing except to be evil. Evil! He's gone after recovering addicts, recovering alcoholics, sets, even though he is one. I don't go near his pages on YouTube because he disrespects our movement, and I have experience being oh, that's the wrong one. And I have experience being trolled by him. Jones says, well, because of his attitude, that is probably why his ratings will be low. Huh? I get more views than Kathy H does, for sure. What else do we have? What else do we have with Kathy H? We got some more. Go on, report it. If we do it enough, YouTube will take him down. Oh, this is her. This is Kathy H trying to get people to mass report me to have my channel removed. and Pam with her. It says, go on, report it. If we do it enough, YouTube will take him down. Link, youtube.com/channel/coldbeercondemned. Will did a live where he was describing the town they live in a camper, big spender. You can only do it under community. Done. I've done it twice. Once for me, once for Joy. So this is the channel they mass reported because they can't take anybody disagreeing with them. They have to be Satan. They have to be Satan. Duh.
I'm just too flippin' tired to type. Let me put this in voice message. I was part of the initial Zoom meeting for Liberty Warrior Nation's new Patriot Purchasing Program.
Oh, no.
And their new purchasing program is...
So this is basically when Liberty Warrior, a guy we used to cover, he's still out there. He's such a piece of shit. His channel blew up because hopium, basically, right? And he's just a horrible person. Like, he's still peddling hopium. But anyways, he wanted to do Melaleuca like Phil. And he called it a Patriot Purchasing Program. Then when everybody showed up, they figured out it's an MLM and a scam. At least a lot of his followers are smarter than the ones who signed up under Phil.
This in voice message. I was part of the initial Zoom meeting for Liberty Warrior Nation's new Patriot Purchasing Program. And their new purchasing program is how to feed Mike P more income. It's a company called Melaleuca or something. I'll have to look it up.
Melaleuca?
Give you the link to it. It can be done.
It's called Metal Lou, and they sell stainless steel shitters. You should check it out.
Or something. I'll have to look it up and give you the link to it. It can be done.
No, not Mike Panene. This is Mike Poff.
Without being part of Mike P's thing, but his admin Tara is the one that's doing this, and I think she's related. So it seems that this is a continuous family affair. This purchasing system seems to be what I would call either a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme, but I can't decide which. But I'm looking into it.
It's either a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme, but it's neither, really. Technically, it's an MLM, but you know how she works. She just makes it up as she goes. Anyways, that's Kathy H, everybody. Longtime fan of the show. And basically, this is what she looks like. There she is, Kathy H, a.k.a. Catch Me Outside. She's got authentic body odor. She's rude, and that's trademarked. Kathy has a foul mouth, says Jesus. She's got a pamphlet for Nassar at $10,000 with the bunk bed LARPer. Supports child molesters, attacks veterans, anti-freedom, pathological liar, double fake news certified, Vagisil compliant from Hasbro, part of the Trailer Park series. Dentally Challenged Collection. The Dentally Challenged Collection contains food stamps with every purchase. Age is for Trump tards, Travis tards, and Q tards. Product has vodka breath. Internet bully, retard, low IQ company. That is the Kathy H doll. I don't know. It's funny. It's funny. There is I just heard it again. There's a song that I literally cannot listen to without getting upset. It reminds me of my parents, like so much. It reminds me of my mom and my dad. And you guys have songs that you either like or you don't like, and you fucking hear it everywhere. It's not even a new song. It's old. I heard it again in a commercial just a second ago while I was watching something. Y'all were listening through the music channel, and there was a news story that somebody sent me that I was watching. It was part of a fucking ad. Gee, the thing's everywhere. Somebody sent me a... I want to say it was recent. Hold on. Did somebody send me something recently about Mike Penny? That was something he was doing. I can't remember. Somebody sent me this. I haven't opened it yet. We'll open it now. Hold on. You think I'm really, I don't know if I'm really hearing the song everywhere or if it's just like I always heard the song that many times and now I just notice it because it relates to something maybe because I'm looking for it kind of deal. Maybe. I don't know what this is. It says AI Trump selling Melania.
Hello, it's AI Donald Trump, and as you know, I desperately need money, and I've been scrounging around for things I don't use anymore so I can sell them to raise some cash. And I've got a lot of useless possessions lying around, some of which I don't even lay eyes on very often. And one of those things is my wife.
I haven't had an update about the baby in I don't know, a few days, which is probably good. It's doing better, right? The last few updates we got were good. And now they're coming less often, so I think it's a good sign.
Melania, I hadn't seen her in a few months until last week when I suddenly realized, hey, I paid a fair amount of money for her back in 1998. At the time, I was dating a woman named Selena Middlefart. Seriously, that's her name. You can look it up.
Really
but
not.
anyway, I paid a lot for Melania, and she's still in pretty good condition. And I paid for some work to be done on her, and it wasn't cheap, believe me. So I'm putting Melania up for sale.
There it is.
To raise some cash. Now, I need to be upfront about a few things. She's not very friendly, and English is not her first language. She's from Slovenia, and she's always running around the house saying things like "smrdi kot prašić jarit," which translates to "he smells like a pig's asshole." And she won't let me touch her, which, to be fair, she negotiated
That's kind of fun.
as part of the purchase agreement. And we've never actually had sex, mostly because I'm completely impotent. But I remember her saying over and over again to the people I bought her from, "O moj Bog, ne bi jebal tega debelega dreka, če bi bil zadnji človek na planetu Zemlja, estigenari," which translates to, "Oh my God, I wouldn't fuck that fat turd if he was the last man on planet Earth." So there's that. Like I said, she's not very friendly. So please make an offer for Melania by contacting my
sound a lot like
campaign
him.
office. And remember
good.
that even though I'm desperate for money, I'm hoping to get a decent price. Maybe not what I paid, but don't try to lowball me. Hopefully she'll be nicer to you than she is to me. Bitch fucking hates my ass.
Bitch fucking hates my ass. AI Trump selling Melania from Jabari Jones. That's who it is. So it was, you guys remember Thomas Mullen? Thomas Mullen has been sending me messages. I think he watches the replays rather than lives. But he's back home. You know, he was on like a vacation for a while, but he's been back home for a while now. But he said, "Hope all is well with you all. I know you're busy, but Mike Panene," everybody calls him that now. Mike Panene show had even more batshit crazy. And he sent me that during the day on the 17th. So it's probably the show from the 16th if I had to guess. There was no link. But here's his show from the 16th. Let's see what he's got on it. We at least skip around and see what's going on. Oh, God. A Mike Penny intro can't be good. Oh, no. Oh, no. There we go. Just skip. Jesus Christ. Just skip.
Got a little bit of information.
Oh, Sheepdog.
Maybe
It's not even Mike. It's just
Doing
Sheepdog.
good?
And Mrs. Sheepdog. Where's Mike at?
How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
I came so late. I don't have
glad
anything
everybody's here.
prepared for the show.
Hope everybody had a good day.
winging it over here, guys.
So you
You want to hang out? Cool. If this isn't
little
your
bit of
thing, you
information.
don't have to watch. It's all right.
Maybe help somebody make it through the day tomorrow because there's a lot of crazy stuff going on.
A lot of crazy stuff. Makes
Yeah, there
sense.
is.
Yeah, so a lot of misdirection and misinformation and it's just all over the place. And it's nothing as it seems. It looks like New York is kind of like a Gotham City, though.
That looks terrible.
Gotham City, New York.
I think they had window units hanging out of the courtroom.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad. And dungy looking.
Dungy. It was dungy looking. Not dingy. Dungy. It was dungy looking.
So we're not just staring at.
Out of our avatars.
I thought about not even going live, but it makes me feel better to go live. I don't know. I need to come up with a better schedule that includes Patreon, but gives me days off to make other videos.
I guess we
Hey,
got-
Mike.
But I enjoy going live. It calms me down
What up?
some.
Hey, Corey. What's happening? What's happening?
Not much. I'm just going to start
No,
off with,
I don't want to say the song that makes me
little things
upset
that I
because
have
then
on
people
hand.
will troll me
The
with it.
Devil
I
Comet, Shine,
think
Jupiter meets.
I'm good.
The Devil Comet. What the hell?
There's just a song that I
Yeah,
can't
see the
listen to.
Devil Comet shine as Jupiter meets Uranus. The night sky this week. So Jupiter and Uranus are going to be. So we got the night sky this week. Yeah, April 15th to the 21st.
Are they children? Jupiter and Uranus are going to. Are they literally 5? Like Liam wouldn't even laugh at this. He's too old for it.
April is an excellent time to go stargazing, not least because the bright stars of winter, such as those in Orion, Gemini, and Taurus, are visible in the west. They'll soon be gone from the sky, so grab a look while you can. Underneath them, closer to the horizon, is not only Jupiter, but a passing comet, 12P Pons Brooks, which this week will reach its brightest. So we see it right here. Here's everything you need to know about stargazing. So
Forbes.com is deep state, guys.
Look out, but apparently a
Deep
comet.
state.
Right now, we have the moon straight above us at 12 o'clock.
Oh, thank you. Watch my 6. Thanks for coming to Twitch.
We got Ukraine, Israel aid to hit
Twitch
U.S.
is my
Florida
main
separate bills this week.
platform,
Why is that? Why are they going to send money to Ukraine and Israel if there's nothing going on over there? Because it's wag the dog.
Wag the dog. Got it.
Wag the dog and get rid of Mike Johnson again.
To the White House of the crisis.
They're going to get rid of Mike Johnson.
Leaders have been called together. Oh, jeez.
Sexual misconduct occurred inside the Oval Office. With the election only days away, how much will the scandal affect the outcome?
The president spent the weekend pressing the flash. He wasn't campaigning, he was dating. Now, Washington's top spin doctor. We can distract the press for 11 days to the election. I think we got a chance. Has an idea. We're going to get pins for war. But he can't pull it off without Hollywood's top producer.
Do I know you? We have some mutual friends in Washington.
Why come to me?
We want you to produce. You want me to produce your war? Not a war. It's a pageant. We need a theme, a song, some visuals. It's a pageant.
New Line Cinema presents.
How close are you to this? What do you want the kid to say?
All the spectacle.
I know we're all concerned for the president.
I know we're all concerned for the president.
I know that we're all concerned for the president. He didn't sell the one.
All the drama.
The president's going to go to war with Albania in about 30 minutes. Albania's hard to run.
These are chips.
We need it for the armed position on the street. It'll be a kick. We'll punch it in later, right?
And all the effects of real war.
Okay, put the village behind.
Give me some sound of screaming. Without the casualties. America has seldom witnessed a more poignant picture.
Please same process with the last Schwarzenegger movie. You're the man.
Albania.
That rhymes.
I can't believe they forgot my hero. It's like we sent him the Christmas card.
So Wag the Dog is a movie where they fake a war in Albania to get attention off the president having a sex scandal. Kind of like Monica Lewinsky shit.
From Academy Award-winning director Barry Levinson.
When we discuss national, I get to put it on my resume.
It's an old movie.
Academy Award winner Dustin Hoffman.
This is politics.
From like maybe 2000 or something.
How would you like an ambassadorship? That's my tale? Well, I just do it for a story to tell. You can tell anybody. I'm just kidding. No. It's a pageant. That's what it is.
Wag the dog.
When it hits the fan, somebody's going to have to stay after school.
You remember when he used to fall asleep
So
all
we see
the
him
time?
doing the wag the dog scenario.
Or when he was wearing the oxygen mask doing shows.
Right, to send overseas to their buddies.
Jesus.
Because they're all Israelis. They're all dual citizens.
They're all Israelis.
Take care of everyone else.
It's the Jews.
First. This is what Trump runs on, America first, right? Which we have yet to see in this country. Right here we have the U.S. House of Representatives will consider aid to Israel and Ukraine as separate legislation this week. Republican Speaker Mike Johnson said on Monday, more than 2 months after the Senate passed a bill combining the two, leaving a...
Watch More's 6x a subscription. The Idiot gifted a tier 1 sub to Watch More's 6x.
Watch More's 6x. Watch More's 6. Thank you, Cutie. I appreciate it.
Meeting of House Republicans on Monday evening, Mr. Johnson said that he
also, thank you guys. I probably missed some, but thank you guys. The people who use the private dono link. I know you do it because you don't want to interrupt the show or don't want your name up there or whatever. But thank you either way. I appreciate that. It really goes a long way to keep the show going. So thank you for the donations.
Narrowly divided chamber would consider 4 bills altogether that would also include aid to Taiwan, U.S. allies in the Indo-Pacific, and the U.S. national security priorities. We know that the world is watching us to see how we react, Mr. Johnson said. They're watching to see if America will stand up for its allies in our own interest around the globe, and we will. U.S. aid has been delayed by Mr. Johnson's unwillingness to consider a $95 billion
How can I comment whenever I never subsided?
Partisan bill the Senate passed in February, including $14 billion for Israel, as well as $60 billion for Ukraine.
Don't know what the fuck
also
it
include
means.
billions to strengthen allies in the Indo-Pacific, where China is becoming more assertive, and for international humanitarian aid. Don't we need humanitarian aid here? But they're more concerned about international. Oust him as speaker if he allows the Ukraine aid to move ahead. Tuesday. Then Black has faced a series of sexual...
I thought Mike had went to almost exclusively only doing Telegram live streams or whatever.
Sold allegations? See, he has the blackmail on him. They had the blackmail on Black.
I offered my wife a Texas hot rod. She said no and went to bed. Sounds about right.
With at least three separate cases filed against the billionaire, Black sued his accusers, claiming they were attempting to extort him and cancel one of the world's most prominent business leaders. 2 of the 3 cases against Black have since been dismissed. Big number, $62.5 million. That is the amount Black has reportedly agreed to pay the U.S. So we got
Gates.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what he's saying here.
So going back to the ice wall, been quiet.
Coming outside of the corporate.
We got it now.
So I just wanted to show that real quick. This is in Wisconsin, McFarland, Wisconsin. 2 Wisconsin farmers are hoping to make their farm more accessible to the public.
Too fast.
So they grow varieties of greens and mushrooms. I'll share the story, but it's self-explanatory, right?
Right. That's awesome.
So we got Irish Times, okay. Bag dog. Okay. How's your day, Mike?
Okay, here we go.
Bless. I hope everybody else is having a great day. You know, it's kind of been quiet before the storm, if you will, for us here. We had a really big weekend as far as sky events that were covered over in some form or fashion here in North Carolina, because we could hear them above us, but we couldn't see none of them. And and then it was quiet for the rest of the weekend. And so we shall see. Going back to the ice wall and the 4 gates, kind of what you were talking about earlier, the Tiger's Gate, the Serpent's Gate, I believe the other one is Leviathan Gate and the Sentinel Gate, right?
The Tiger's Gate, the Serpent's Gate, the Leviathan Gate, and the Sentinel Gate. Those are the 4 gates through the ice wall.
The Tiger Gate is said to be guarded. This is from Ariel, by the way. There's another take on what she, a little bit deeper dive on what she was sharing just moments ago, not long ago. The Tiger Gate is said to be.
Wait, what she was? Are you talking about Ariel on Twitter? Proletario? That's a dude, right? Proletario 1 or whatever. That's a guy. Why the fuck would Matt Wallace post something like this? Matt Wallace posted a it has begun, and then posted this picture of like these weird looking like black clouds or whatever. Obviously it's a joke, I'm assuming. Anyways, it's like these weird looking low black clouds, and they're called we had to look these up before. They're called scud clouds. They're like usually a different color and a different shape and a different a style of cloud that separate from the main body of a cloud, and they look weird, but it happens all the time.
Guarded by a tiger-headed creature known as Midhog.
Midhog. The Midhog. That's how I would rank my penis. Midhog.
Called the Midgard Serpent. The Sentinel Gate is guarded by a pair of sentinels known as the Gatekeepers. The Leviathan Gate is guarded by the sea creature, Leviathan. According to the lore and mythology surrounding the ice wall and the 4 gates, each of the creatures plays a specific role in guarding and protecting the individual gates. Midhog is said to defend the Tiger's Gate, which is the entrance to the underworld within the ice wall. The Midgard Serpent is said to protect the Serpent's Gate, which is the entrance to the underworld outside the ice wall. The Midgard Serpent is also said to guard the roots of the world tree, Yggdrasil. If I pronounced that correctly, I hope I did. Never had a YG word to pronounce before, but there we go. The Sentinels Guard are the twin guardians of the Sentinel Gate.
What was he trying to say?
Within the ice wall, they are said, I hope I did. Never had a YG. Is also said to guard the roots of the world tree, Yggdrasil.
The Jaegerfowl?
If I pronounced that correctly, I hope I did. Never had a YG word to pronounce before, but there we go. The Sentinels Guard are the twin guardians of the Sentinel Gate, which is the entrance of the underworld within the ice wall. They are said to keep watch over the underworld and prevent any unwanted visitors from.
So how do you pronounce that? Well, in most Norse languages, this is said as Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. Whatever. Close enough. That's the Norse tree of life. Yggdrasil. It's spelled Yggdrasil.
accessing to the underworld. The Leviathan Guard is the sea creature that protects the Leviathan Gate, which is the entrance to the underworld outside the ice.
It's Leviathan. Why does he keep saying Leviathan? Like a theosaurus. It's Leviathan, right? Has anybody ever heard it called the Leviathan? The theosaurus?
Ice wall. In Norse mythology, the Midgard serpent is an enormous sea creature that lives in the waters surrounding Midgard. The Leviathan Guard is the sea creature that protects the gate to the underworld outside the ice wall. The Leviathan is said to be a premortal sea creature that is the size of a mountain range and to have a huge body filled with poison, fire, and venom. Within Norse mythology, the underworld that these creatures are guarding is known as Nephilim.
Hold on. The Midgard serpent is damn, what's it called? Jormungandr. Jormungandr.
Nephilim is the realm that is situated below Midgard, and is a cold, dark, and barren place. According to mythology, the realm of Nephilim is filled with poisonous and dangerous creatures and malevolent entities.
Perfect.
This is the mythological aspect. I could be off on certain interpretations, given how expansive this topic is, and the relationship to the potential causes concerning what happened last week with the anomaly in our Antarctica. I do not follow Ishmael Perez, but he brought up something very interesting, some very interesting points indeed, as to what that could have possibly been that caused such large 85-foot waves, right? In Norse mythology, Nephilim is ascended through a large ice river that runs into the realm of the dead. Nephilim is described as being a place of darkness and cold, and not a place that can be reached by any mortal means of travel, or normal means of travel.
If they're talking about Ariel, Proletario 1, did you guys see what he posted the other day? Look at this. Okay, he posted an image. He posted this image. Here. Everybody sees this image, right? We're going to zoom in on it. Let's talk about it while we're here. It says 68091044 1082366. Those are serial numbers. We're not worried about that. Product numbers, serial numbers, lot numbers. Anyways, it says 4x4 HLYWD Hollywood BLK Black Magic 1/8. 4x4 Hollywood Black Magic 1/4. 4x4 Hollywood Black Magic 1/2. 4x4 Hollywood Black Magic 1. Right? Everybody sees that? So this is what he shows. Now, what do you guys know what the company Black Magic is? Black Magic is a production company, right? They make cameras and different things that go with camera, accessories, different things. The camera that Nick Alvear appears with when he's big and fat and then the banana yellow t-shirt, that's a Black Magic Dragon Cinema or whatever. It's like $1,000 camera. Black Magic makes cameras for Hollywood. Well, they make streaming cameras too. There's like a Pocket Cinema, and they make small cameras too, but they make super expensive cameras as well. Okay. Now, these are filter kits. Okay, and they have different depths, I guess. They are filter kits. They're MPTV filters, I think, is what they call them. It's for different lighting situations when you record. But just because it says Black Magic in Hollywood, this is what our boy Ariel says. When you look at the Kyle Marissa Roth situation, it says the Dark Arts, Hollywood, and Black Magic. When you look at the Kyle Marissa Roth situation, you learn the hypocrisy of all publicity is good publicity. That Hollywood created as some insulated phrase to maintain some type of semblance of control over the image of celebs in question when unsavory info comes out about them. Why? Disconnect from reality. This phrase stems from the idea that any attention, even negative, can ultimately benefit a celebrity's fame and career. However, the Kyle M. Roth case shows there are certain controversies and allegations that can damage a celebrity's public image and career prospects. Sorry, it opened a new tab. beyond the ability of just pivoting to promote your next project by saying it's a temporary setback for a comeback we're used to hearing. Hollywood is in free fall at the moment, and those 100,000 indictments are not even open yet. Can you imagine when it is? Hitmen, defamation lawsuit, copyright infringement, bribery, blackmail, voodoo, witchcraft. These are the things that keep the entertainment industry running. When you are a public figure trying to expose another public figure, these tools can be used to shut you down. We are dealing with the people that are basically witches and warlocks, and they have a myriad of ways to deal with those who are exposing info on the person behind the persona. Can we rely on the practice of occultism to pin down the exact cause of someone's death that we can attribute to any one individual in the entertainment industry? No, we cannot. But we know Santeria, dark magic, is very popular in Hollywood. As a matter of fact, let's look at a few stories involving celebrities who have been accused. Jennifer Lopez. J-Lo may have mastered a lot of skills, but no one has accused her of actually mastering black magic herself. As for outsourcing it, well, that's a different story. Back in 2011, Spanish language media ran with some suspicious Santeria accusations stemming from a woman who was dating Lopez's first husband, Ojani Noah, at the time. I've been told she does the worst, frightening stuff. Jennifer has a godmother in Miami, which I've never met, but Ojana knows her. And she calls this woman to tell her, do this to this person, put up a black candle, etc. She does amarres, which are spells, on all her boyfriends, she said to this woman. Said this woman. It's a typical thing for anybody involved in Santeria. But even with all that, she always ends up leaving them. Do you think this is a coincidence? Sure you don't, right? Stevie Nicks. Nick's tendency to sing about things like crystal visions and cats in the dark, as well as her fondness for flowy black clothing and shawls, may have made her the original Silver Lake shaman. But back in the 70s, rumors spread that she was an actual witch. The Fleetwood Mac singer, however, didn't take too kindly to the suggestion. In the beginning of my career, the whole idea that some wacky, creepy people were writing, you're a witch, was so arresting. She once told the LA Times. And there I am like, no, I'm not. I just wear black because it makes me look thinner, you idiots. Sometimes a woman just likes black clothing, though after decades of clarifying that she does not and never had practiced any sort of black magic, Nix finally leaned into the rumor by appearing as herself on American Horror Story Coven in 2013. Go figure, right? What? Well, so she appeared in American Horror Story, so that means she admitted to it. Fairuza Balk, as one of the stars of The Craft, perhaps it's not a surprise she's been accused of witchcraft over the years, but it turns out it's all a bit of a misunderstanding. She's not a witch. She just supports small business. The actress did happen to own an occult shop at one point, but it wasn't because she was a previous customer. The true story is I found this occult shop in L.A.
Anonymous gifted Wisconsin 888 a subscription. An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to
I only
Wisconsin
wear black
888.
or dark. I mean, like this obviously isn't black. It's like a dark blue, but I only wear dark colors except for these shirts. Usually it's all black. All my merch was for a long time was only in black. This is a true story. I found this. Thank you for the gifted sub. I found this occult shop in L.A. and I used to go there and ask them questions and do my research. Balk told Entertainment Weekly last year. They were really lovely people. The woman who owned it wanted to retire. She couldn't put the kind of money into it that it needed to keep it up, and so it was going to be turned into a Chinese restaurant. I thought for the oldest occult shop in the country, that's a tragedy. People, we have to understand the world we live in is not the world our television shows us. Black magic is a force that rules the world. So it is the satanic black magicians which constitute the true controllers of the world, at least in the human earthly realm. Damn, is this about over? Yeah. Okay, let me finish. The satanic black magicians pull the strings, not politicians, corporate bosses, military heads, intelligence chiefs, or even international bankers, although they also hold many of these roles. While many satanic black magicians are also businessmen and bankers, their true ruling power comes from the Satanism and the twisted use of humanity's creative power, black magic, which they use in their secular roles in society. Micaiah Freeman, stated that the ordinary person will never be initiated in a satanic secret society, nor get close enough to witness what really goes on in there. It is therefore interesting when someone who does get close to that world decides to spill the beans and show the world what's going on. Such a person was Stanley Kubrick, the late great filmmaker who many suspect, with strong evidence, was part of the U.S. government's fake Apollo moon landing in 1969. Kubrick may have cut a deal with the devil in making a fake moon landing for the elite, because when he handed over the tape for his last film, Eyes Wide Shut, he was found dead 4 days later of a heart attack. Despite the fact those close to him said he was in fine health and had no history of heart trouble. That's how heart attacks kill people. Kubrick depicts a black magic scene whether naked women circle a leader, then drop their clothes to become naked, and are later involved in a massive orgy where all the participants wear masks to hide their true identities. Kubrick hints in the film that this satanic sexual black magic ritual also involves sacrifice and murder by implying that one of the women prostitutes was killed during or at the end of the ritual, end quote. At the heart of black magic, demonic possession. Black magic at its core is really about demonic possession. Since the world is made of energy, not matter, and since energy moves in waves which have frequencies, the satanic rituals are designed to entrain the energetic biofrequencies of all participants with that of dark entities, so that there is a vibrational match. Once there's a frequency resonance or a lock or an exchange can take place, energy intent on information can go from one being, place, or dimension that can be transferred into another. This works both ways. The person gets possessed and receives information from certain dark entities, while the dark entities also take something from the person. This theme of possession crops up again and again when exposing the worldwide conspiracy, and has been going on a long time. E.g., example given, Hitler was reported to be demonically possessed by his aide, Hermann Röschning. People, Hollywood has to go. If we want a chance at a new world order, we have to cleanse ourselves of what this world has given us in place of what God created for us, without sacrificing our morals, dignity, principles, and humanity in order to get more out of it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Because that was the whole post. It was a fucking 4-page rant about black magic, right? And how crazy it was. So someone says in the comments, oh my, so are these videotapes of these acts? So they're asking, you said all this about Satanism, satanic, demon, demonic possession. Is this videotapes of the acts? And Ariel, Proletaria 1, responds with, probably. But let's see, where did this image actually come from? Where did this image actually come from? Was it the Church of Satan? Was it a demonically possessed woman who was trying to get rid of these videotapes for the deep state? Was it Hollywood and the Jews? Nope. It's an eBay listing that literally lists them as New Schneider 4x4, Hollywood Black Magic 1/8, 1/4, 1/2 filter kit, 3 filters. It's just camera filters for sale on eBay. That's it. They're literally clear. Look at them. They're clear filters. Well, they're white, I guess. They're white filters for a camera. What the fuck is wrong with you? How can this image make all this post? What the fuck does it have to do with anything? Facts and conspiracy, he says. Facts and conspiracy. The fuck is wrong with these people? I wanted to go back and see if... Oh, here it is. Yeah, he was reading about Ariel. So he keeps calling her her. He keeps calling Ariel a her, but it's clearly a dude. This is what he's trying to read. The Tiger's Gate is said to be guarded by the tiger-headed creature known as Nidhogg. This is exactly what Mike Penny's reading. And it comes from this lunatic. And it's all about the ice wall. Fucking idiots. All right, let's move this out of the way.
The realm is said to be accessible only to those who are already dead, or those who have specific knowledge about the location or various hidden entrances or paths that lead into the underworld of Nephilim. So you may ask, what the purpose of these 4 physical creatures serve if this underworld can only be accessible by non-physical entities of the dead? According to the Norse mythology, the 4 creatures exist not only to guard the 4 gates of the ice wall, but also to oversee the environment and landscape of the Nephilim. Their physical presence serves as a symbol of the danger and unease that resides in the realm of Nephilim, and a warning of any potential visitors or explorers who may attempt to accept the underworld. Because the further out you get from civilization towards the great beyond is how you would encounter these creatures if you wanted to attempt visit often more than advanced visit others more advanced in worlds beyond the ice wall. Excuse me. How large are these creatures? Well, I heard something very, very interesting as to why the water is so calm around these areas miles away from the ice wall, because of the resonant frequency of these creatures being emitted that gives the water this smooth, calm look, where the water almost looks like how dark it is. The size of these creatures is not specified in mythology or folklore.
Not how dark it is, how calm it is, you idiot. It literally says, he's so dumb. Even the little tiny little tidbits he had are retarded. It says, how large are these creatures? Well, I heard something very interesting as to why the water is so calm around these areas, miles away from the ice wall, because of the resonant frequency of these creatures being emitted that gives the water this smooth, calm look where the water almost looks like oil. Because it's black. No, it literally just said because it's smooth and calm, that would make it thick like oil.
All right. However, based on description of their appearance and the size of the world tree Yggdrasil, which the Midgard serpent is said to be wrapped around, it's speculated that the Midgard serpent is massive in size. It's also speculated that the Leviathan is also a gargantuan size.
Leviathan.
Range, something parallel to Mount Everest to a degree, right? So what happened if some crew...
It is also speculated that the Leviathan is also of gargantuan size, comparable to a mountain range, something parallel to Mount Everest to a degree. So it is the Leviathan, not the Leviathan. The Leviathan is the size of Mount Everest.
Of seamen attempted to go to one of these gates on a boat or underwater or on an underwater vessel. Well, I would presume that just like any other underwater creature, the creatures would likely be able to detect incoming or vessels in a number of ways.
You're supposed to say seamen. So what would happen if a crew of seamen attempted to go to one of those gates on a boat or underwater vessel? Well, I would presume, just like any other underwater creature, the creatures would likely be able to detect incoming seamen or vessels in a number of ways. Say seamen.
One possibility is through a type of sonar or other sensory system that allows them to pick up the vibration of frequencies of the incoming craft, just as sharks, whales, and dolphins do. I was given a list of nations from those who profess to have gone beyond the ice wall using submarines. All right, so we got Jotunheimer. All right. So in his list of notables that go beyond ice wall, we've got Jotunheimer. All right. That's the tomb of the Titans. Asgard, the First Empire. Abraxas, the growing islands. Assyria, the kingdom of Preston John. Asia, home of the brave, right? Or Apizia, excuse me. Home of
Asia.
Ontario, treasure of the pirate and the queen. Sargency, nature's casino. Cocaine.
Wait. It's not Stratavantaria. It's Scriva na Orda. Scriva na Orda. Not Scravavantaria. You're just making up words now.
The area of champions. Nutor.
Hold on. What did he say about cocaine?
Sargency, nature's casino. Cocaine. The area of champions. Nutor. Gone with the wind. Swissasagi.
Swissasagi.
Home of the Flaming Emperor. Grandpa, the Phantom Library. Man, I'm butchering these names, I know it, but y'all bear with me.
It says Psychonographa. The other one was Sawazago? Sawizga.
Okay. Mine are men and Minibus, land of deception. Scylla and Cherry Birds, home of the Harpies. Wilram, Destiny Manifest. Antilia, the domain of the parasite. Umarangi, land of the red rain. Ascalpia, the living hospital. Greater Lumera, the fertile graveyard.
Oh my God, he's got them all wrong.
Land of the broken moon. Eden, the primordial garden. Terra Nova, the legacy of
Suminia.
The Garden Lakes, the holy hunting grounds. Ours, the great pillar Acupiera. Garden Lakes, the holy hunting. Garden Lakes, the holy.
It says the Garden Isle. He says the Garden Lakes.
Let's see here. The ascending aisle, stairway to ours, and it goes on. Okay.
Horus,
Of course, there's a lot
not ours. Horus.
more, but I think this is sufficient enough to understand that we may be facing some type of planetary quarantine, and these creatures will place there to discourage vessels from venturing off too far into the unknown. But it appears some may have been successful. Will the world be introduced to these civilians at some point? This may
not civilians, civilizations. Mike, read.
Depend on multiple factors, especially given how militant Antarctica is, as there are several factions over there. Factions that are maybe over there. Dark Fleet, the Nebu, the Shiraka, the Enlils, Anunnaki faction, the Ison Tal Shirar faction, Mars Ares Prime, Alter Corporate, Telos Alliance, MIEC, ICC, Interplanetary.
No, MIEC, ICC.
Mars Alliance, the Illuminati. All right, and there you can see right there, folks. We shall see, right?
And then you can see right there. I'm not showing you anything, but you can see right there.
So we got that piece.
Then it says, if obviously he's not showing anything, but it says these opposing forces were said to be removed. Now, if you go back to the post I did on Hillary Clinton a few days ago, remember when I mentioned that they, the cabal, worshipped the Leviathan spirit, but everything spiritual has a physical counterpart as well. I do not quote Ismail Perez on any pressing matter. I bring him up because he mentioned how what we saw that caused those huge 85-foot waves was the physical removal of a massive underwater creature that we can consider the physical Leviathan. Nothing is confirmed on this as of now, but I understand why you would say that. So the reason we recently saw 85-foot waves is because they were pulling the Leviathan out of the ocean. So these are apparently the ice walls, and the 4 gates exist here somewhere. Let's see if the 4 gates are on here. I don't see any gates. I mean, I see like passageways, and I guess that's what they're calling gates. 1, 2, maybe 3. That's not even. Is that a gate? I don't know. They claim there's 4 gates here, and then this is the walls of Asgard, the frozen wastes. Are they trying to live in like Game of Thrones world or something? What are they doing? What are they doing? You can't, and they claim that they're the Christians. That they're the Christians and the rest of us are idiots. They're the ones that are ready for Christ's return and ascension and going to ascend to the next to 5D with Jesus. What is this? What are they worshiping? God damn it. Derek Johnson's back, it looks like. I can't see. Oh, yeah. The only cannon shown all day. Oh, damn it. It just went away. What's it say? The only cannon shown all day long on January 20th for Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. were at Arlington National Cemetery. 3 cannons. That doesn't have anything to do with it, Derek Johnson, you fucking retard. Anyways, Mike Penny seems just as crazy as ever. I just opened his website. Your guiding light in a world of darkness. Uncover the Truth Seekers 88 videos now on demand. Subscribe and gain access to a growing library of videos. Oh, wait. It's changing as I'm reading it. And you can't read half of it. Ooh, you guys want to see their merch? Oh, the store has expired. Never mind. No merch. It doesn't exist. They call it TTS88. TTS 88 is what they call themselves. It's kind of a mouthful. Wave Watch orders and questions, donations, TTS 88 subscriptions, sponsors, product, t-shirts. General questions for the Truth Seekers 88 will be addressed on our daily live show on Wednesdays or in our Telegram channel during our regular Q&A scheduled meeting. First time users, please read. Welcome to our online calendar. We look forward to connecting with you. The calendar will not let you schedule an appointment less than 2 hours or more than 5 days in advance after choosing appointment type. Please make sure to choose your time zone before selecting your preferred time slot. If you need to speak with me ASAP, just give me a call or send me a text. Our office number is 479-474-0422. Please text or call. I wonder what they're scheduling people for. It has to be a minimum of 2 hours and within the next 5 days in advance. What are they scheduling people for? And I wonder how much it costs. They've got a calendar where you can schedule to speak with them for some reason. Patriots helping Patriots. True Seekers 88 wants to help even more patriots in need. Our goal is to help patriots on a daily basis. We are here to consult, educate, and help others. If you're in need, click the appropriate button below and fill out the contact information, and someone will reach out to you as soon as possible. Thank you and God bless. And it says, electric bill help form. Click here. Wave Watch waiting list. Click here. What is Wave Watch? WAVWATCH. Live Good sign up, help, click here. ASEA Redbox sign up, help, click here. LifeWave sign up, help, click here. Kanging Water System. It sounds like they're selling ads more than they are. And they stole the image from The Sound of Freedom. Let me show you what I'm talking about. They stole this image from The Sound of Freedom. It literally even says The Sound of Freedom down here. And there's one button that's for to help you pay your electric bill. And the rest of them are selling them shit. Clothing pre-order form. Click here. Clothing pre-order form. So you have to pre-order your clothing. Got it. You don't even know what it looks like, but you got to pre-order it just in case. Subscription help. All these are just basic email forms, it looks like. How weird. This is their website, by the way. That's the one we're watching right now. 416, 415, they go live every day. Ooh, what's this? That's his much younger wife. How old? Mike was like in his 30s when they met and she was 16 or something. What was the age gap, chat? You guys remember? Oh, that's the guy at the bottom is his backer, right? Marlon?
We shall pay any price.
Link and I'll send you some.
Marlon
Because we
Saley
have plenty.
is his backer. So you guys know what? I'll show them to you. Rent to own yard barns. So these, like, I used to work at a place that built these, and they just build a shit ton of them. These yard barns, okay, sheds, whatever you want to call them. These are built like in a factory, okay, and the factory has these trucks show up that are specialized about loading these and moving these, and they take them to lots. Now, sometimes they're sold directly from the factory, like people will show up and order or special order from the factory, but usually it is these lots that order them, and they'll have a bunch on hand, and you can either pay cash for it, or you can get like a 20% interest rate and pay payments on it, right? Now, they sell a ton of these, especially when you show up and get them for a payment of like $80 a month or something. People buy a ton of these, and there's money to be made in moving them and the specialized trailer. The trailers they put these on sometimes for like difficult moves, it's basically a remote control trailer. When they get to the house, they unhook the truck, and they have a remote control box, and it not only moves like a regular car, but it can move side to side. It can level itself. The trailers are insane that move these buildings. Anyways, Marlon owns like several of these factories and a bunch of these lots. They repo them if you don't pay for them. You're right. So it's big money in it, right? If you own multiple factories building these motherfuckers, there is big money in this, to be for sure. There's a ton of money in this type of stuff. And he's the one who throws all the money at Mike Penny to to where Mike Penny quit his fucking job, has all this fucking money, bought a race team, bought all this. Not to mention they get a shit ton of donations and paid subscribers. But Marlon Saley is his financial backer.
Over here too.
That's the guy on the bottom right here, Marlon.
We have it all. These people are stupid.
I want to see if he talks.
The screen have made that. We should try to explain that to people. But
there it goes.
There he is. There he is talking.
Well, if it goes well,
thank you for the Weight Watch or something like that. I'm gonna pull that on Mike tonight, call him up, and put him on the show through the phone.
Woo!
Without him knowing. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, if it goes well, we'll stand behind you. If it don't go too good, we're gone.
I hear you. I figured you'd say that.
Right.
It's all good.
Well, I hope. Well, don't. Well, he's probably watching the show.
That's what he looks like, folks. That's Marlon.
We'll see.
Here we got right here.
He's apparently he's very wealthy.
Peter Higgs.
Not
who
only do they
proposed
do
the
this,
existence of the so-called God particle has died on. This was April.
not only does he do this, but they do metal buildings. And metal buildings have went through, like steel buildings, like metal buildings, have went through a major increase in price, where people are building barn dominiums and shit, where they can be set up quick, where, you know, you can get them hurricane rated and shit. They have went up, so they've skyrocketed in price. They have skyrocketed in price. A lot of people actually building barn dominiums have found that it's cheaper now to build like a stick-built home and make it look like a metal building than it is to buy a metal building, which is insane, depending on where you're at and, you know, availability and shit, which is insane. Like, that used to be the cheap way to go, and that's the type of house that me and Mariah want to build one day if we can ever buy ourselves a piece of land. But yeah, it's so if he's selling metal buildings, he's making a ton of money too on it.
April 9th, yesterday, we're talking about CERN, right? Leading up into the eclipse, right?
Right. Which they say is really a quantum computer.
I don't know. Mike Penny's still crazy. His financial backer's still crazy. If you guys know who Sunshine is, she showed up and smacked him on the ass and had to go to prison or something like that. I can't remember the whole update, but if you see Sunshine in the chat, ask her why she went and spanked Mike Penny's ass in public and ended up in prison. She'll have to tell her story. That's her story to tell, not mine. That is Mike Penny at Legacy Marketing Network. Someone was talking about what they watch on YouTube and repo videos, and it reminded me of this. I'll show you this before I go. I got to get on the treadmill. I am trying to fix my schedule, guys. I am super sorry that it's been so shitty here lately. That's 100% my fault. I appreciate you guys sticking around and being here when I do show up. But, like, fuck today. I mean, I didn't even get to the office till at like 9:15 and hadn't even fucking eaten. Had to go find something to eat. Like, but I apologize. That was 100% my fault, not your guys' fault. Hold on. I think these videos right here are satisfying to watch. How long is that one? Can I find a good one? Maybe. Hold on. Let's grab one of these compilations. Here's a top compilation. These videos to me are super satisfying to watch.
Hi everyone.
They are. I've shown you
another video.
Lawn mowing and pressure washing videos that are like that make you fucking like they make you relax or whatever. Well, these are the unclogging drains. Unclogging drains are super satisfying to watch.
Check out this explosive drain opening when the blocked street drain was finally unclogged.
Yeah, he's still around. He's a wealthy man now. He's like Phil. He's made all his money.
All of these leaves on the street had blocked the street drain, causing a massive flooding. Thankfully, these guys
I like watching
stepped
shit
in
drain.
and heroically cleared it.
Oh, here it goes. Oh my God.
Boom.
Bro, this whole street is about to drain. It was completely void.
There you go. Watching shit drain. It's very relaxing, guys. Even if it is boring. These are not really the ones I like. I like when they drain like a whole pond, or like when they break a dam.
You won't believe what a
Something like
crazy
this.
waterfall of mud slides down the hill when this dirt wall holding a pool of muddy water is finally opened.
Here we go. They're very satisfying.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think it's satisfying? It is to me.
He's back, everyone. Take a look at this.
So let me show you what's going on a flight right now. Today is January 24th at 2:35 p.m.
Oh no.
Right now there is a flight from
See a
Munich,
flat
Germany
earther?
to San Francisco. And that's this guy right here, okay?
Oh no.
458. From Munich, Germany, all the
No.
way to the United States, San Francisco, California. Look how high of an arch this is going, okay? And if you can see right here, on the globe, it has to do an arch. It has to come way out of the way over Greenland to come back down here.
Sort of what happens when you depict a spherical body onto a flat screen like that. And if we take a look at the Great Circle route between Munich and San Francisco, you will see that it does indeed go over Greenland.
If you just look at it, of course, it's because you're putting a flat picture, you're putting a distorted map, a flyover distorted map. But if you look at it straight line, in the most accurate ball thing, obviously.
Greenland. So yeah, wrong again. He's back, everyone. Take a look at this.
So let me show you what's going
Flat earthers.
Some people, man, I cannot believe this person put that on the front of their truck.
That shirt
I'm gonna go
says
say
white
something to
privilege.
him. Who's the owner of this truck?
Oh, hey, how you doing?
I'm canceled. Some people.
We've got a shitty situation on our hands.
Oh no.
The homeowner has been here
Oh
her
no,
entire
septic.
life, and even when she was living with her
Found
parents, she does not remember them ever having this tank pumped out.
Oh
Just by
no.
looking at the tank lid, I'm going to assume this tank was installed in the early 80s, so that's going on 40 years. It was never pumped out.
Oh no.
The lid was pretty much glued to the tank, so we had to force it off with the rock bar, and you can see a turd muffin erupting out of the septic tank.
Oh no.
It's not supposed to do that if you're not aware. In Texas, it's recommended that septic tanks are pumped out anywhere from 3 to 5 years, so this tank is about 35 years overdue. It was believed for the longest time, and still is in a lot of cases, that septic tanks never needed to be pumped out if they were installed correctly.
Crud buster.
Following up on all of those cases, just like this one, and having to report the unfortunate.
Crud, but you gotta make a poop smoothie. Get that shit out of there.
$450 for a routine septic pump out. They're looking at
pretty big tank.
Tens of thousands on a replacement. I don't find joy in these situations, especially with how tight money has become lately. That's why I stress how important preventative maintenance is.
We're in a simulation, and you said they just found evidence of it? As they began to learn through the LHC,
This guy right here.
Collider.
This guy right here is a huge scammer. I've actually been doing some research about this guy to put a show together. This is the guy that Ryan Upchurch calls out to all the time. What's his name? Billy Carson, I think. This is the guy that Ryan Upchurch does all his, woo-woo fucking bullshit about the Romans and Black Jesus coming to America to hang out with the Indians and shit. This guy.
In Switzerland, colliding these atoms and particles together, they discovered we're living in a matrix. And then Professor James Gates took it another level and said, wow, we are living in a matrix because he discovered these symbols by the Dogons called Adinkra codes. And these Adinkra codes, when you take them from flat print and take them into three-dimensional objects, mathematical codes.
Three-dimensional, got it.
Mathematical code. They're error-correcting codes. The same type that runs search engines and web browsers. And that is what he discovered is running the ether of space-time itself. So we have his expert analysis with his team that he put together that we're living inside of a matrix running on error correcting codes like our search engines and web browsers. We have the LHC confirming that we're living in a light matrix. And we also have then the double slit experiment confirming in superposition. Everything exists in multiple realities as a wave of potentials until a conscious observer collapses it into solid material. We're in a simulation, and you said
Yeah, there was a document that come out. It wasn't but a couple pages. Hold on, I just read it a second ago while y'all were watching a video. It was supposed to come out, or a lot of people thought it was coming out last night, but you can never tell till midnight whether it's coming out or not. It says, and now this 11th day, by the way, if you want to support the show, go to coldbeer.fund, please. That's how we keep the show going. If you enjoy it, you like watching the show, go to coldbeer.fund and make a contribution. That's how the show keeps going from viewers like you. With peanut sprinkles, ugh. And now this 11th day of April 2024, upon consideration of the motion for modification and reconsideration of this court's order dated January 22nd, 2024, filed by Plaintiff Phil Godlewski, it is hereby ordered as followed. So this is where he wanted to modify an order and an extension, but it was shit that he hadn't turned in since originally he hadn't turned the shit in. Phil's motion is denied, and Phil is directed to remit within 10 days of the date of this order the sum of $5,000 made payable to the Scranton Times LP. A failure to abide by this directive subjects plaintiff to the additional monetary sanction of payment of $500 per day to the Scranton Times LP for each day Phil remains in noncompliance with the directive. So basically, he owes them $5,000 and $500 a day if he doesn't make it. And it is due within 10 days of the date of this order, and the date's the 11th. So it's due on the 21st. Phil is directed to provide within 20 days of the date of this order either the videos which were compelled to be produced by virtue of this court's order dated. So basically, they asked Phil to produce all of his videos. And then he started this. So you can find them here. All my videos are there. All my videos are here. That's not their job. Their job is not to go search the internet for all his videos. You provide your discovery when it's requested, right? You don't say, go look them up on Rumble. And that's not even true. Not all his videos are on Rumble. I'm not even talking about the YouTube ones, which he lied about, that he said he kept them in his safe. Then he said that YouTube Safe is a program they have where they store your data. That was a big fucking lie. None of that shit was true. But even Rumble, he deletes some Rumble videos or makes them private or whatever. So even when he says all my videos are on Rumble, that's a lie. Phil is directed to provide within 20 days of this day, of the date of this order, either the videos which were compelled to be produced by virtue of this court's order dated November 14th, 2022, or a response verified by plaintiff that no videos exist, which would then preclude the use of the subject video evidence at trial by Phil. So basically, either give us these videos that you were ordered to to turn in on most recently on November 14th, 2022. This is 2022, right? It's a year and a half ago he was ordered to give these videos out. Not 2023 in November. That just happened, 5-6 months ago. This was 2022, so a year and a half ago. Either give those videos or send us a response that these videos don't exist. But if you say they don't exist, then you're not going to be able to show them as evidence either, right? You're not going to be able to bring them up if you say they don't exist. They don't exist then. By the courts, this is Carmen D. Manora, senior judge, written notice of the entry, blah, blah, blah. That's it. It was only a 2-page order, and one of the pages was literally it being signed. So Phil owes them $5,000 by the 21st. If he doesn't make it by the 21st, he owes $500 a day until he pays the $5,000. But this time it's actually going to the Scranton Times. The last time he had to pay an amount, which was also late, was to the pro bono fund, which is like a low income. Like if you can't afford a lawyer, it's a fund that provides lawyers basically for free for certain situations. He had to pay it to them, and they of course got it months late. But now he's paying it directly to the Scranton Times. This will be the second time he's paid restitution to the Scranton Times. It's the third or fourth time overall. Second time he's paid to the Scranton Times. There you go. That was the document that come out. If we go check the other case, let's see, the Bree case. I don't think there's anything come out on it. No, the last one from it was on 3/28. It was on March 28th, so nothing in April. That's it. That's all that came out. It was just 2 pages of an order dated. But they did agree with the Scranton. That's what the Scranton Times asked for, was a hefty financial sum and a penalty because he doesn't like to turn. They even said in their document he doesn't like to turn shit in. Let's make a penalty of $500 a day. That's where it ended up at. Guys, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for being here. I really am trying to fix my schedule, and I do apologize to you guys. I know there's a lot of people that go to bed early that like to see the live show, but I don't even fucking start. Then they end up in bed, and they have to watch the replay. I just had a lot of bad luck. We're closing out my dad's estate. It's finally coming to an end, which has been tough, right? At least it was still going on. It was like stuff was still happening, blah, blah, blah. And now that everything's closing down, I've been released to fix the couple vehicles he owns and sell them. I paid off the funeral and stuff. It's like it's coming to an end again. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've been upset about that. There's that song that I keep fucking hearing every goddamn where. And then it's just been a tough couple of weeks at work. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff going wrong. So I'm trying to fix it. I'll get it there. Thank you for bearing with me during this time. If you want to support the show, do that at coldbeer.fund. Other than that, I'm out, guys. Love you. See you. Bye. Have a good night. Maybe if I can find the show playlist to play the music. There it is. Good night, guys.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the forking balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the forking balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Everybody won slots tonight. Good job, guys. Good job winning. I still got to do my time on the treadmill. 3 miles on the treadmill. Thanks, Rusty Rifles. I think I've seen Rusty Rifle play slots more than I've seen him comment. But thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody won. You're right. I saw it. Everybody won.
All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip, worshiping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit, swinging fucking meat hammers like fool in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong, starving for attention. I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers cause you told him if he did.
The slots robot seems a little aggressive though, no? Maybe it shouldn't be that mean. I don't know.
Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up.
I don't know.
Ain't seen nothing yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen.
Congratulations to all our slots winners tonight.
When I was high,
appreciate it.
I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason.
Getting back on my channel points.
Closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped them to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What? I'll get my files.
Have a good night, guys. I'll try to be here early and Patreon and get everything taken care of. It's just been impossible here lately. But thank you guys for being around. It makes me feel better to stream too. I was pretty upset earlier. So thank you for that.
Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off.